Like, what do I do at that point? Because whipping is not working.
Well, per my parents' feedback, you just keep whooping. My parents will legit say that. But my dad,
Don't stop.
My dad, especially, they gonna get it one day.
Daddy, where's mommy?
Welcome, Sanity Savers. Deep breaths.
We know you've had a day.
But hey, we're here for you. Welcome back to another episode of Let Me Tell You Why I Hate My Kids, the only parenting podcast that lets you know that you're not crazy, your kids are.
Indeed, they are.
I'm Charles, and this is my main man, Kenny. We're going to get right into it. Man, how was your week this week?
Man, just to further prove it's the kids that's crazy. And I'm so happy to be back. So happy to have you guys back here.
It is.
And people asking where you been. Hey, taking care of these crazy kids. That's where we've been.
Hey.
But we back at it, and I got a story to already jump off.
Okay.
And I'm saying that with intent. So it's warming up here in Florida. You know, weather get hot, what do? Head to the pool.
Right.
So round up the family, hop in the car, head to the pool. So we at the pool. Everybody jump in. Well, my 7-year-old, he's like the stunt man, the daredevil, the Mr. Supreme athlete of the kids. So he can do it, you know.
I'm with you.
Well, we at the pool. It's a neighborhood pool or whatever. So it's other people there. So you always got to be aware of everybody else around you and the things your kids do. Well, he likes to flip into the pool, right?
Okay.
So he come up to me, asked if he could do a backflip into the pool. Now, my first parenting natural, I was like, nah, don't do a backflip in the pool. You know, for one, it's a lot of people here. Right. You're really not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff anyway, whatever. Right. He asked me again, and he was like, please, and he's done it before. So it's not like this is something new, something I've seen him do before, backflip into the pool. So I say, you know, okay, you could do one flip. Only do one flip, just hurping and get it over with. But instead of doing it off the top level deck, in pools, there's usually that second deck, like inside the pool. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I got you.
So I said, don't do it off the top part. Do it off the second step part. So he gets up there. Well, how was I supposed to know? That normally when you jump off of something, you like jump off, like create distance from the platform to the landing spot.
Okay.
Well, he jumps straight up in the air to do his backflip. Lands on the back of his head. And it's like, you know, when stuff happens in slow motion or whatever, I see him jump. I see the trajectory of his jump. I'm like, oh, so I'm trying to make my way over there, like maybe to guide him into the water so he don't, but I ain't get there in time. Landed on the back of his head.
God,
so
now all the white people looking
now
at
all the white people
like,
looking at you.
This man can't even pay his own
He
job.
hollering and losing his mind and stuff like that. Of course you have thoughts of
he feel like he dying.
Concussion. Did he land on his neck? You know, all this different type of stuff. So I get over there to him and I'm like, okay, shit, you gotta calm down.
You gotta calm down.
You gotta calm down.
All the white people are judging.
All the white people are looking.
They're judging me
now
right
my parenting skills are in question. And his mom, my wife, she out there. She's sitting up on the deck. Now, mind you, she knows he's flipping into the pool too, just like I am. Right. But of course, she's getting dramatic. I saw this coming a mile away. All this kind of
making it worse.
So making it worse. Challenging my parenting skills in front of all these people out here.
That's what she
so now the white people judge me. The wife giving me a hard time.
I'm with you.
Because her baby done landed on the back of his head.
Okay.
Then he get a knot in the back of his head, like it's like a nose.
Oh, it swelled up out there.
It's like noticeable too. I'm like, everybody gotta go. Everybody gotta go. We gotta go.
Well,
everybody go. Trying to get on out of here.
Let me get these chairs.
So she like,
towels.
Now we got to go to the emergency room. I'm like, first of all, no. Who paying for that?
Right.
When
this
that bill
is
comes.
a good time for me to go home and get back on my couch.
Right.
It'll be all right.
I want to be on my
down.
couch anyway, but I'm thinking I'm going to be cool, Dad. Let's go to the pool. You know, have a nice little outing. It's hot. So
I'm with you.
So I'm like, he just needs some ice. We want to go to the emergency room,
Yeah,
trying to
that's
calm
all
her
it need.
down,
That's
trying
all
to
it
calm him down.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, man. And thankfully, you know, it wasn't anything severe, no concussion.
Knot went down.
All his limbs were, you know, eventually the knot went down after we got home and applied ice to it and all that kind of stuff.
It ain't never as bad as it looks.
He did miss school Monday because we ain't need nobody to the course.
We ain't need no letters to come on. I don't know about the letters, bro.
Right, so he did miss school Monday, just in bounds sometime. In case he got to school talking about it and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I
so
know about them letters.
So he stayed.
Just want to make sure everything is home.
Right.
Everything is okay at home.
And so he did stay home for that. Now Tuesday though, when we took him there, now he was fine. Matter of fact, while we're at the pool and we're telling everybody let's get ready to go, as he's crying, he's asking, "Can I get back in the pool?" So from the moment till Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we pull up to school. We exit out the car. I walked him up to the door. That's when he want to be like, I don't feel good. Boy, you better shut up. You've been fine for 3 days.
3 days.
Now you want to talk about, I feel like I'm about to throw up. You better get in this school carrying on.
And the thing about that is, I don't understand why kids at that age don't want to go to school. Like, that's the best time to go to school.
What are y'all doing?
What are you doing? You're coloring.
You're coloring.
And spending time with your friends at playground and recess. What are you not wanting to go to school for? Like, this is the time, like, would you rather just be locked up in the house?
It's definitely more boring home.
Right.
Because I got to work. Like,
I'm not out there playing with you.
I'm not out there playing with you. You come in here.
You're probably on punishment at my house. You're probably on punishment and you ain't got your tablets anyway. So you should want to go to school.
You should want to go to school. That's your freedom.
Right.
School. So we get up to the door and he trying to get the puppy dog face going. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
You better get it together. Listen, if these people call the house, talk about he said he don't feel good, it's about to be a problem. Because for 3 days you've been fine.
Well, I don't think I've ever had that come get your child, she's sick type thing yet.
Really? Well, now I have of my 4, I got a couple who are on the sickly side or whatever. So we've had to pick them up from school, you know, a time or two. But usually the symptoms start either the night before or that morning, and we'll just decide to keep them home because, you know, once you're at school, you're at school. I don't want to have to come up there and come get you earlier than what I need to.
And even though I wasn't I think I did get perfect attendance maybe once. I'll be wanting my kids to get perfect attendance. So I'll be like, hey, bro, we going to school. I don't care how you feel, but I don't think I've ever had to, maybe once, go get one of them from school. Because if I pick up one, I'm got to
get the other one.
I got to get
coming back up there.
I'm not coming back up there.
So I might as well get them both. There's no one there. So now the other one getting pulled out, who's fine. Yeah. And now all that means is they're going to bother me because they fine. But the other one's sick and or whatever.
That's
but
how it go.
But yeah, so this whole, look, and leaning back to my childhood, I was the accident-prone kid. I had bumps and scrapes and all this kind of stuff. Fell off of trampolines, crashed my bike, jumped off a roof and hit the ground too. You know, but so I'm always more like, just let them get in the tub and lay down. go get in the tub, go lay down, you'll be fine. But my wife be wanting to go to the emergency room for everything, and I be having to calm her down.
And that is a cost.
They'll be
a cost I don't have.
They'll be fine. If he when we got home, he had to knock, like I said. And I'm like, if we exhibit, you know, he's struggling to keep his eyes open or something like that, or he off balance, or he say he nauseous or whatever, we'll go to the emergency room then. But for right now, he seemed to be his normal self. He just hurt a little bit. That's all. But that moment there, I'm like, in the courtroom of opinion of people at the pool, I'm a terrible father. Because why you let him backflip into the pool? Yeah. And my only defense is, who knew he would jump straight up in the air? Yeah. That's the most ridiculous thing of him. He's done this 100 out of 100 times.
I see the white people.
This 101st time, he goes straight up in the air and decide to flip.
I can definitely see the white women whispering to their husbands, "That's why you don't jump in the pool."
That's why That's why you don't jump in the pool. And I'm sitting here like, but he's done this before. He's done it before. It's normally fine.
Yeah. And I think that's why the rage of, don't tell me how to raise my kids, because you're embarrassed for yourself. Yeah. You don't really know what to say. So you just say, don't tell me how to run my kids, and you grab them and walk off. And that's when you discipline me in the car.
You just snapping at me. Why do you want that flipping? You know you jump out. Why you jump straight up? But I did, in that same vein, when we got home, I did say, do you know why this? Yeah. So he understands for next time.
There's a calm moment to
flip out. Don't just jump straight up in the air. Right. You know, it was the craziest thing, man. Like, you've never done this before. Why today? So that was a rough start to my week. Well, I guess technically end of last week, but that was the rough start to my week. Him landing on the back of his head doing a backflip into the pool.
I think the worst thing I've had was my kids fell out the bed and we thought she broke her arm or something. Mm-hmm. So she falls out the bed. This was a long time ago, but she falls out the bed. We think her arm is broken or something, so we take her to the emergency room. And we sit in there. You know how the emergency room takes forever. And then we sitting there for a good hour, and then an hour and a minute, she starts getting up playing, running around like nothing happens. So I'm like...
So you heard her now. I'm like, what's
do we need to stay or can we go?
Right. Because I can go get back in the bed. I can go.
Because I can go get back in the bed and you're going to be all right. I mean.
Right. And that's the same way my son was. Like, he more disappointed we leaving than he's hurt right now. You know, then, you know, as the swelling going down, it's still a little tender or whatnot. Then we get home, keeping him from wrestling, keeping him from flopping around on the furniture here. Like, son, you don't come crying to me when you hit the back of your head, okay? Because you already know what's going on. I ain't going to hear it at that point, you know.
I hate them silent, them threats that don't really hit. Because mine be in the, if you fall off the bed and break your neck, I'm not taking you to the hospital.
We going to the hospital.
Good and well. If that happens,
oh my God,
let me get in the car.
Let me get in the car, man.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm with you. My week, couple things happened since we've been the last part. Well, a lot of things have happened.
A lot, yeah.
But the one thing that stands out to me was when I drop my kids off to school every morning, we have this tradition where we say a prayer before we go to school, and I let them rotate saying prayers. Yesterday, Chloe says the prayer. You know, the bad one. If y'all watched the episodes previous, the bad one. So she starts saying the prayer. Thank you, God, waking us up. Pray for mommy and daddy. They have a good day. And then she says, I want to pray for Walmart. So
what's going on at the Walmart?
I'm driving. I actually be driving when they say in the prayer. So I'm like, Walmart. And she says, pray for Walmart that people stop stealing their Walmart carts. So I'm like,
what?
What?
What you gonna say?
Why though?
What are you talking about?
Meanwhile, this is the same child that be stealing groceries through the pantry every night, but she want to worry about Walmart stealing
in their carts, right?
But it was just odd to me that they see and want to pray about everything, but her and she's still having problems at school, getting in trouble every day. So that same day she got in trouble. Well, I threatened her at that same day about getting in trouble in school. Hey, I'm gonna whip your butt if you come home and not do what you're supposed to do. On my way to work, I drop them off at 8. I go to head to work about 9. I get there about 10 o'clock. I already got an email. Chloe's not listening. I'm like, bro. And it's like so early in the day. I think she goes by color. So her first color is like orange or green or orange or red. So I'm like, bro, you already on orange at 10 o'clock. You got so much longer to go.
So you got too much of your day.
Too much late. Yeah, you got too many more days to be perfect. You got too many hours in front of you for you to be perfect. And you already...
And the math ain't math. You got too many hours to go.
Anyway, she gets to red day. So I get home. I pick them up from school and say, I'm going to whip your butt today. Right. So you prepare your mind.
Prepare your mind and your body.
I'm going to whip your behind. So she's crying, whatever. So throughout the process, I'm taking the stuff in the house, whatever. But I don't have a belt on. Mm-hmm. I don't have a belt present. So I'm looking for a belt to whip her with. So I'm going through and telling her sister, go get me a belt from your room because I don't have my belt. They don't have any belts. So it's basically no belts in the house, obviously, somewhere.
Right.
So when I do find something to whip her with, she's in the bed asleep. So I was facing the dilemma of, do I wake her up and whip her behind like I promised, and risk, her staying up and getting on my nerves, or do I just let her sleep? In the long run, I let her sleep. Still haven't gave her a whipping, but I said I owe her one. So
now, for those of us in our audience who may not be old enough to be raised in the 80s or 90s, that wouldn't have flown.
That wouldn't have flown?
They waking us up.
I'm a gentle parent.
And you try to be.
I don't want to be that person.
But me and my wife talk about it all the time. I think our kids are trying to pull the 90s parent out of us and knock them upside the head, because this whole natural consequences, which we'll discuss later on in this episode. But, speaking of problems at school, the same 7-year-old, Trey, who did the backflip, every morning in my before school speech, I got to be on your best behavior in the classroom, outside the classroom, and in aftercare, because they're also in aftercare. Most of his troubles come in aftercare. Okay. He get the fighting. He get the... just cutting up. And I'm like...
I wish mine was an aftercare.
So, it's a sanity saver for me.
I don't mind the problems being in aftercare, before care. Why is it in class?
And I think...
And they're in the Bible class. So she usually tells me doing which subject.
About the Lord.
She tells me the subject that I guess, because now I get so many emails, I know the order during class.
I know what subject you're in.
Doing Bible. Usually around Bible or math. But yeah.
So now, and you made a good point. Maybe that's what his saving is, that it is an aftercare. It's not like in class time. But the fact that he's been suspended from aftercare, they've been threatening to kick him out of aftercare. And I'm like, son, if they kick you out of aftercare, it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem.
Because that would mean now I got to pick y'all up in the middle of the day. I try to orchestrate my work schedule to where once I leave work and pick them up, I'm already done for the day. Right. I don't have to pick y'all up, come back home, and keep having to work while keeping the ear out for y'all. Once I get y'all, I don't want to have nothing else going on.
Right.
So that's been his saving grace, that it is aftercare. But the fact that they threatened him with suspension, and me and my wife actually went up there to talk to them, be like, listen, because I started having some concerns, are y'all
really going
targeting my son? No, I just felt like they was targeting him or something, or whatever. But I'm like, this was in April, middle of April. I'm like, we got 6 weeks left. Can we just change his class or something? Change the kids. Because we cannot.
That's the same with mine, because she gets in trouble every day, and it looks like they document that, and they keep it in the file. And I'm like, bro, she gets in trouble every day, so her file got to be sky high. So when she does go to the next grade, this is just gonna keep going with her, and then they're gonna
she'll already have a reputation about it. And that's what my concern was.
That's my concern.
Are y'all nitpicking or all that kind of stuff?
I don't know if mine, because when I pick them up, when she sends the email and she goes to red, and she just not listening at all. Then when I go to the pickup line, her and her teacher up there laughing,
smiling and stuff.
So I'm trying to figure out, what is
how severe is it? Right. So I definitely feel you on that part. But
yeah. Oh, and I also gave them a debit card this week. I bought them a debit card, or green light debit card. Yeah. I put $20 on it. And you should have saw when we went to actually experience. I just gave them a debit card so they be responsible with how they hold it, make sure they keep the debit card, don't lose it, type stuff, and also kind of show them how to budget money and save money. So I went to just show them how to use it. You would have thought they had $1 million on the card. Let them know it's only $20. So you need to learn. So when we get to the kids or the children's aisle with the toys and everything, thinking they're just going to get one toy. So I'm like, you got $20. So this is a good teaching moment to teach you, go find a toy. You got to stay under $20. My youngest, she gets a toy that's like $3. And she said, Dad, I got a toy, it's $3. I'm like, okay, well, I expected a little bit more. I mean, you can spend a little bit.
You can go a little higher, but okay. I got
you can go a little higher, but...
Respect.
My oldest pushes it to the limit. She goes, find something for $14, something for $6 or something like that. So she like right there, like $19, $20.
Like after they add
right
tax.
there. Yeah, and she doesn't know about tax.
Right,
so
right.
A little part of me wanted to let her, get that this payment is declined. Because I feel like that builds character a little bit.
Right.
So she need to recognize, like, hey.
It humbles you. Now you're more cautious next time.
So you need to pay attention to math, stop being in trouble so you can know how to add this stuff up.
That's when he started. This the class you're struggling in. That's when you pay attention to
That's why you can't buy your toys. So that's an experience we're going through now, just trying to teach them how to budget and going through. It was a nice experience. I recorded it. We went to self-checkout because I didn't feel like dealing with nobody. How to put their pen in, that's a whole nother issue. She gets up there. Her birthday is a pen. So the thing she doesn't understand, her birthday is in June.
Oh, so it had a 0 in front.
Right. She don't understand the 0. I'm like, 6. So 06. But Daddy, it's not supposed to be a 0. So she's struggling with that part. So that's a whole other issue. She doesn't know her birthday half the time.
She don't understand.
She doesn't.
Where does 0 come from?
I'll say, what month were you born in? She doesn't understand that I'm born in June. I'll say that's the 6th month of the year. I don't think I really explained that or taught that to them.
Right.
She just knows June.
What's the 6 about? Like
what is the 6
what is
about?
the 6 about?
But she really struggling with the 06, whatever her birthday is. So. So I said, if you don't remember your PIN, you can't use the money on the card. So you need to remember the 06 so you can use this card. So, yeah.
My older two have debit cards. It's the same ones your daughter's got. The
green light.
I
saw that. That was a nice little thing, and I can send them money
right.
I ain't got to worry about that. I like it how they can learn how to save and invest and all that stuff. So I really like the little green light thing that they got going on.
Yeah. My older two, the two teenagers, they both got one, and two totally different approaches to money. My son, now he goes on in the game store like on Xbox or PlayStation network. He get little games, and skins for Fortnite or whatever. Yeah. But he really don't use it a lot or whatever. He's the more fruit. My daughter, she going to Five Below. Every day. You put anything on there, she going to Five Below. It burned a hole in her pocket.
What they got on their phone? They can see how much money they got left and stuff.
Well, me and their moms, we monitor the balance. All they have is the card or whatever. So
mine I put the app on their tablet so they can actually see. Hey, I only got $3 left. I only got $2 left. So
we can't put it on my daughter's phone because she hardly ever has it.
Well,
that won't. She never has her phone anyway. So we have to tell her what her balance is.
Let me tell you how much you got.
Let me tell you what you got, baby. I know you can't see it, but
you probably won't see it.
You probably won't see it. But yeah, so but you put now. It is funny though because there's been times where we're out and about. Mall or something, just use the mall for example. Oh, I want this, How much money you got? Use your card. I don't think I want. But you'll ask me to spend it. But when it comes to using your money, I don't think I needed that.
Yes, we experienced that at Chick-fil-A. And one thing I experienced at Chick-fil-A is you can talk to anybody else. So I'm thinking, hey, the kids don't have social skills these days because they always in their tablets.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, you got your debit card. You know how much money you got on there, everything. Go order your food. You know what you want. When we get in the line, Daddy, I want this, I want this, I want this. So I'm like, okay, we went in the store, and I'm like, say hello. This is the person taking your order.
That drive me crazy.
And it's like, I'm like, speak up so he can hear you. Talk like a human being. Talk like you talking to somebody. Like, I don't want to be the parent.
That drive me crazy.
Yes,
I don't want socially awkward children.
Yes.
Like, don't be around. And I get it. You know,
I get it. You're shy. Is this the first time?
And there are really some socially awkward people who probably can't help it. But that won't look. If I can help it, they can help it. Like, as far as I can help it, they're going to be able to help it. Because They're talking to you. Speak up.
Right. That's exactly
what you looking at me for?
I was standing over in the side like, order what you want.
What you looking at me for?
So now all the people looking at me like
white people.
Yeah.
That's why they don't order the food.
Yeah, that's how we just order.
Talk to the person.
Order what you want. You know what you want. You have your card. You know how to use the card. Tell them what you want. And the dude, the poor little white boy behind the register, like, what do you want? So he's trying to be talked to him more gentle. I'm like, tell him what you want. What you like?
God,
it just look weird, but
that drive me crazy.
Yeah.
That drive me all this.
That was a nice experience.
Selective shyness.
Yeah,
it drives me mad.
But we're gonna move on to next segment, top five, where Kenny tries to guess the top 5 in any category that I pick. Mm-hmm. This category that we're gonna do on this week, I did look up a top 5 segment for this week, and this segment is top 5 highest grossing animated kids movies of all time.
All time.
We're gonna see as Kenny try to guess the top 5 of the top 5 animated
now
kids movies of all time.
Does animated count like?
Don't put so much on
Pixar.
animated.
Oh, okay.
Just put the
kid movies.
Top 5 kids movies.
Okay.
So let's see. We're gonna see if Kenny can guess the top 5 kid movies of all time. See if you.
I may already get this first one wrong, only because
not
it was so long
that
ago.
order. But
just in the top 5.
All right. So what we got?
I
feel like you can get all these.
Well, this first one, maybe because of the age of the movie, Lion King.
Lion King did make them. Oh, actually did it. It did make
Lion King. Okay.
Lion King came in at number 2.
Toy Story.
Which one? There is.
Oh, you gotta be specific.
It's
like 4 of them.
It is what on here.
Oh shoot. Okay, so I gotta get specific. Toy Story. Let's just say.
Actually, Toy Story was actually outside the top 5. If I want to be honest.
All of them, or just the first one?
Yeah, all of them was out the top 5.
Okay.
So Toy Story didn't make the top 5.
Toy Story didn't make it. Okay. Shoot. Okay.
Toy Story came in at number 8 actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have went.
Toy Story 4 came in at number 8. Toy Story 5 came in at Toy Story 4 came in at number 8, and Toy Story 3 came in at number 9.
What about the first one?
The first one didn't crack.
Wow.
I don't know why.
I would have thought the first one was.
I don't know why what happened with that.
Okay.
But you got Lion King. That came in number 2.
King. Dang. Well, now I'm really stumped. If Toy Story ain't making it.
Yeah. Think more so recent movies.
I figure it'll probably be more recent stuff.
Yeah.
Encanto.
That did not make the movie.
Moana
didn't make it.
Dang. I really don't. Sadly enough, I know I got kids. I really don't know how to kids. I don't watch them.
One of these movies, the top movie came out in 2004. 2024, last year.
Oh. What came out last year? Oh, Inside Out. Inside Out. Okay.
Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2.
Came out last year.
That was a good one though.
It came out last year. It got $1.7 billion.
Dang.
That came in number 1. It beat Lion King.
Frozen.
Frozen
on there?
Frozen is on here.
Okay.
1 and 2 is on here.
1 and 2. Okay, so I got Lion King, Frozen 1 and 2.
You got one more.
And Inside Out 2, one more. How recent is that?
This one comes between the both Frozen. Frozen 2 came in at number 4 or number 3, and Frozen 1 came in at number 5. So you're missing number 4.
And you said
this movie came out in 2023. It grossed $1.3 billion. I don't think you're gonna probably get this one.
Probably not.
I didn't see this one. This one was actually Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see that movie.
I ain't seen it.
The Super Mario Brothers movie.
I know the song from it, Peaches, Peaches. I know that song, but I never saw the movie. It was like a Peaches, 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 Peaches.
Oh, I didn't see the movie. Now,
I didn't see the movie either, but it was like
Inside Out 2, Lion King, Frozen, all of them was good, but I didn't see. That's the only one I didn't see on this list was Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario's one. The kids have seen it, but I meant to see it. I just haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay, well, that was the top 5.
Interesting.
I'm
surprised Toy Story, especially the first one, wasn't.
Minions was on the list. Minions came in before Toy Story. I would think.
I forgot about Minions.
Moana. Well, Moana was alright. We wasn't top 5.
I thought for how big it was, I thought it would have been up there.
Well, I knew Frozen was going to be on the list because that went crazy.
I'm surprised Inside Out 2 was as high.
I think the anticipation, because the first one came out like 5 years ago, so everybody was waiting for that number 2. And when it came out, that just was an instant classic.
And what's fun, I haven't even seen the first one, but I saw the second one. Mm-hmm. But the second one was good, though.
Yeah,
as really, a parent watching it, like
I don't think the kids got it.
It's some messages in this movie.
You need to sit down and listen to. But yeah, the first one had me like, bro, like I was as an adult, like. When number 2 coming out, like, no, like, I'm ready for number 2. And number 2 got me wanting, like, okay, I can stay for number 3, too, whenever that one to come out. I'm
actually like that with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
The first one, it's animated, so you take the kids to see it. And I probably was more into it than they was, and then when the second one came out, like I said, I was into that one. So now I'm eagerly anticipating the third one whenever they decide to come out with that one. But yeah, okay, that's an interesting list.
Interesting list. Top 5 by Kenny.
Top 5. That was once Toy Story wasn't on, I was shook.
Incredibles 2 was on the list. But yeah, that was pretty. It was pretty simple. The only one I didn't really think of was Super Mario Bros. And I don't really know.
I wouldn't have thought of Super Mario Bros.
But yeah,
I wouldn't even thought of that one. I'm surprised that's up there as high. Because there's been some real bangers come out. Some bangers.
Question of the week.
Let's do question of the week first.
Question of the week. Okay.
So my question, and I saw this on social media, and it gave me a chuckle. As a parent, you sign your kids up for their extracurricular activities or whatever. It could be sports, it could be karate, music, or whatever the case may be. At what point do you realize your kid sucks? You done spent your money. You've been bringing them to practice or what have you, but you realize they or do you just feel like, are they just not taking it serious? Like, or do they just suck? I use sports for example because I try, especially having sons, I try to have them in sports. My oldest son, now he's improved since, so to his credit, he's gotten better. But when I signed him up for football early on, he was about 7 or so. I was a little concerned. I was like, I don't think he gonna take. I don't think football gonna take. And what gave me that sign was they was in practice, so. It's kids or whatever, so you give everybody a chance to run the ball or whatever.
Right.
So they give him a little handoff. One, he went the wrong way. But he's 7. Okay, whatever. Okay. He go the wrong way. Then he gets the ball. As soon as he gets the ball, he does this like random spin move for no reason.
Like, you seen no Madden.
Like, right, like, why are you spinning? Like, and then you spin and went nowhere. Like, and then just the continuation of the season, it's like, I don't think he's, again, to his credit, he's improved since then. But it was rocky at first. I was like, I think my son might suck. I don't know. But do you like pull them out? Especially if they really like it, they're just not good at it. But do you like pull them out?
No,
mostly because of your frustration.
In sports. My girls do cheerleading, so I guess you don't really suck at that. It's just coordination.
If you're not on beat, you can suck. Like if everybody clapping, you off or whatever. But they could be like gymnastics or something. Like you just realize your kids ain't coordinated enough for it.
I guess it depends on the dollar amount you're putting in this thing.
Yeah. Because speaking of gymnastics, my daughter, she was in gymnastics when she was younger.
What do they do? Like when you sign them up for gymnastics, do you pick? Because there's so many things in gymnastics that you can do. So when you sign up for gymnastics, do they put you where you need to be or where you like, or how does that go?
Well, at the time she was doing it, they kind of taught them like
everything,
the all around like stuff, like the high bar, the beam, the floor routine, how to flip, and all that different type of stuff. So again, she was young, so it was more building the foundation.
Okay.
So trying to teach him how to flip, cartwheels, all that kind of stuff, the balance beam, the high bar, the rings and stuff.
Okay.
And so, but after a year of it, and you're not really seeing much progress, you still struggling on the same thing. Do I just save my money at this point?
I think you save your money at that point. I don't know. I don't have kids in sports to kind of give you that. And of course, in your mind, you want your kid. In your mind, your kid gonna hit the ground running and take off. Like my 7-year-old, for example. Earlier in the show, I mentioned he's just the natural born athlete of the group. Right.
And he done football. He's one of the fastest out there. We've had him in flag football so far, so he pulled flags. We signed him up for basketball this past year, and first time out there, and he already like the best one on the team. Like he the one the coaches like we just gonna give him the ball, and he just showed natural like flashes of just being naturally gifted.
Right.
Which I'm already in my mind like okay, I just need to focus in on this and
on them skills.
And how old is he now? 7. In about 15 years, he could take care of me. already making my plan.
Already.
But so in that regard, like I think every parent goes in thinking my kid will be the one, like he or one of the ones at least.
That's a natural instinct.
But then when you get there and they're not like. They the slowest. They the most winded. They the one who need water the most. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How long?
The kids in the stand saying, "Who kid is that?
Whose kid is that?" You gotta look around.
Know, but I do know when I used to coach basketball for Little League, it was the most frustrating thing to the point where I didn't want to show up as a coach to practice because it was like
you in the crowd like this was time to go in.
Yes, because we was, you go in on ambitions of, okay, this is my first time coaching. I'm about to be the best coach. I'm about to be the Bill Belichick of basketball. I'm about to win all these games. And then when you get out there and get your team, you evaluate the team like, okay, he's kind of tall. Okay,
right.
He's kind of small. He's kind of fast. Okay, you kind of see that. But then when you're going through basic drills of layups, and nobody know how to do a layup, you're like, okay, whatever, cool. That's what I'm here. I'm the coach.
Right.
Let me show you how to properly do a layup. And then we had trouble on actually dribbling to get to the layup. So now I'm like, okay, let's take another step back. Let's learn how to dribble. And then you find out that you're taking the first couple weeks of when I was home ready for this season. I done got 10 plays. Like these plays gonna hit.
We
taking the first 2 weeks just to learn how to dribble and lay up.
Learn how to jump. Like
right. So what was y'all doing this whole time?
Feet on the ground.
Most frustrating time of my life.
When you were coaching, what was the age group?
I believe there was 5 to 7.
Oh, okay.
Seven. Maybe there was 7 to 8. Actually, the one person that was on my team was from my church. The reason why we started coaching, because he was on the team and he was at my church, best player on the team. So it's like, hey, give him the ball. He already know how to dribble. You know how to lay up. You know how to shoot. So pretty much all the games were, hey, get this man the ball. Y'all just huddle around the rim. If he misses, try to put it back up.
Right.
So long story short, I don't know how to coach. Just get it to that one player and everybody rebound, and we'll go from there.
That was the game plan.
That was the game plan. But we focused more so on defense.
And you know what happened when my son was in basketball? He was that guy where like they kind of got him the ball and y'all just get him the ball. But the other teams coaches would start to coach against that.
Yeah.
So my son get the ball and he like jumped on or whatever. Yeah. So he tried to pass it out to the other kids or whatever.
Yeah, in the mid. It's the coaching. They don't know how to coach. And you just sitting on the sideline with the clipboard like,
your kid not good. I'm sorry. Like, I know you paid your money. I know in your mind, he's like, the next LeBron because you don't watch Space Jam at the house or something. Yeah. But
it is hard to coach. I found that out quickly.
Especially at that age where they probably not listening most of the time. And like you said, don't know how to dribble, can't even fathom like a play. Like You draw up a play and they're like, what?
It was interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
To say the least.
That's funny. That's funny. So yeah, that's the question of the week. When do you know your kid just won't cut it? Whether it be sports, music, karate, whatever in extracurricular you have them in. When do you know they just won't cut it?
All right. So now you can put the kids to bed. It's time for our story time segment, where I read a story from a parent that is in need of help. Mm-hmm. Send in your stories anytime you want to, and we will get our advice. We'll give our advice and make sure that we get your kid on the right path to where they need to go.
And make sure you send your stories in either through Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, DM us.
We would love to hear from you.
So this story it starts out with 8-year-old son. Same thing we're pretty much talking about just a few minutes ago. Mm-hmm. 8-year-old son keeps claiming he's not smart enough to do his homework. All right, so a parent writes, I've been the foster father to my girlfriend's child for nearly 3 years now.
That's already too complicated, but go ahead.
Already. He's 8 years old, so he's of age. He kind of knows what's going on. Born late in the year, so he's the youngest in his class. When we moved here about 2 years ago, they changed cities and had to change school. So it's a new school, blah, blah, blah. He went to a small town school and the small classes to a large school with large classes and a lot of homework. While his homework is not by any means excessive, for the last few weeks, he has spent nearly the entire evening on it. He is spending hours on math tasks, and he gave an example of 580 plus 224 minus 305 equals. Mm-hmm. So it's more of what comes first type.
Right.
All right. He will often just write down a clearly false answer in hopes of ending the homework early. However, I catch this every time, and every time he has to start over and write each step down. Good parenting, somewhat. And when it comes to writing tasks, they end up extremely sloppy and often with clear errors. Mostly letters missing from the end of words and extremely sloppy handwriting that stands to contrast his writings class. I don't know what that means. But basically he says he will go in on a rant, putting his hands to his ears and saying he's not smart enough, can't ever do this, just dumb. He's saying he's just dumb. That's weird.
That's probably why he feels that way.
Okay. Which will last about an hour. That sounds like the Caucasian people. Yeah. But we're not here to judge. We're here to help. I've taken to ignore these rants and letting him remain at his desk until the job is done, either the right way or the wrong way. Or I feel like I've been too long since any reaction, and I go and ask if he requires help. That sounds kind of weird. If he needs help, I make a new exercise, not the one on paper. And we do this one together. After that, we go back to the one that he originally did wrong, and we see if we can solve that. In extreme cases, he can't. In extreme cases, if he can't, he seems to calm down. We will go for a walk. I ask him questions. We talk about the cartoons, and we go back to the work that he was struggling with. However, the homework is rarely done in it entirely. On some days, his homework is half done, and he's been at his desk until bedtime. I'm not sure how to handle this, as my current method has not helped. We're 2 weeks in, and if anything, he seems less aggravated by having to sit at his desk all evening. Somebody help me.
I mean,
well, first, if your kid is the rant things kind of stuck out to me, that he puts his hands to his ears and says, I'm dumb. That is weird.
That's weird, like that.
But I do have a similar situation of that. Mine doesn't do that. My youngest, what she does is, I found out lately that when I tell her to do homework, I tend to find out what homework it is, if it's math or whatever, and I tell them to go in there and do their homework on their own. I don't hover over them. But my oldest, who I believe is a little bit more smarter than my youngest, if I can say, she tends to go through her homework really easy. The youngest one, I find when she struggles with something, she takes a nap. And I don't know if that's, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but it's happened more than 2 or 3 times to where when I really try to push her of trying to get to that next level, whether it be math, whether it be Bible, whether it be spelling words, it seems like I'm hurting her head and she goes to sleep. So I might say, I want you to learn how to spell these 10 words by the time I come back in here. And then when I come back in there, she's asleep. But usually when she's playing or doing cartoons or drawing or playing, she can stay up all day and do those type things when I'm just like letting them do whatever they want to do. But when it's time to push her, she tends to fall asleep. Now, similar, she's not walking around saying she's dumb, but I feel like she thinks she's not as smart as her sister at sometimes, because you can kind of get that vibe when I sit them down together and we go over answers and this and this and this. And they have this thing that I don't like that they do that when I ask them questions and the other person gets it wrong, the other one snickers. And I don't really like that because it kind of discourages the other one. They stop, So I don't know if that's one of the reasons she's a little embarrassed. What I thought as a parent, that'll push her to want to do it more, but it obviously don't. So I get what he's saying, and then it's not your child anyway. I mean,
you're a foster
child, so
the beginning was too complicated for me anyway. You
don't have your genes or nothing like that, so you.
That's why you take them for walks, because you can't bop them in the back of the head. You the foster father of your girlfriend's child. What?
The walk was kind of crazy. Not only did I waste my time with this walk and cartoons, we get back to the desk after we did the walk, and he still ain't finished his homework. Like, the walk just went out there way.
We doing simple problems outside of the work. It was, and the thing is, okay, so there's some kids who determine early on school not for them, right? It's not that he's too dumb, but he's just not interested.
He's just not interested.
And so that level of want to, because as my dad used to say, or a parent in the 90s used to say, you can figure out that video game, but you can't,
That's,
So it's like,
blackness.
They gonna figure out, or they gonna learn what they're interested in.
Right.
That's probably the case with most people.
I think that's the case with
all. Well, yeah.
You're gonna put your energy into what you want to know about.
Right. And just right now, he doesn't I don't want to say value. He just doesn't care or about learning math or the reading assignments or what the kids, especially when you talk about the sloppy handwriting.
Right.
She usually tells us, I'm just trying to get this done. I don't care.
Sloppy
handwriting to me is a telltale sign of I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the wrong answer just so this could be over with.
Just making up numbers. That was funny. It was like, clearly this is wrong. 12? You put 12.
100 plus 100 and you put 12. You're just trying to get out of this.
And so there's
a part of me wants to allow that to happen. Because I feel like failure is the best teaching tool.
I was thinking that earlier. But he's 8, though. So So you can't be like, if you fail, you fail. Yes. Like, they're 8 years old.
I don't want that.
And a lot of schools nowadays don't fail kids no more. They'll just push them along to the next grade with insufficient skills. And so it's not... So there's no real consequence to not learning this stuff. They're just going to go on to 3rd grade and get even further behind.
I threatened that with my youngest for the longest because I'm like, bro, you go in there playing all the time. You're going to fail this class. You're going to have to do this all over again. I used to tell it to my oldest. Like, you're going to be the 9-year-old in the 8-year-old class. I told that to mine. And they just look at it, probably go through one thing.
They don't even register, right.
But I feel like that's just more work for me. If they fail the class, because now I have to put them back through the same class again, and it's just more work for me. So I tend to push through those. This is the wrong answer anyway. No, we're gonna sit here until you get it right.
Yeah. When he said about when you talk about your daughter goes to sleep, my daughter does the same thing. Hers is just this, and she's 13 now. Hers is just laziness. But she'll sit at the table or the desk. Matter of fact, our kids have desks in their room. Supposed to be their study area. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't trust you to do it in your room because I'm going to come in your room and you laying in the bed.
Yes.
So now let's do it at the dining room table.
Yes.
She will be at that table all
day.
Night. Ain't bathed yet.
Don't care.
It's still got your nighttime chores to do straight up the kitchen all the time. You'll be at the table like
yes.
So I'm like,
that would drive me crazy.
And you try your whole gentle parents and stuff or whatever, but then you find yourself just taking something and throwing it at them because
yes. And you threaten them with you're gonna sit there all night, and then it just keeps
getting later
and later, and you're like, okay, what is you struggling with?
Right.
The answer is 100. Like now I'm upset because I want to go to bed.
I want to go to bed. Oh, I done dozed off and woke up and you still down here. Like, you still down here? What are you doing?
Oh, and that's my youngest because it's like you can ask about anything. You can do anything. You open your mouth about anything. But when it comes to Daddy, what's the answer to this one? Or can you help me with this one? You will sit there she will sit there literally and just cry like this, like, and I'm like, what?
What are you crying?
What are you crying for? If you need help, ask me, and I'm here to help. And I'm like, bro, we've been here all day. You're just gonna sit here. You're literally gonna sit here till 1 o'clock in the morning and not ask for help. And just sit here and cry.
Like
that makes no sense.
You legit just waited out till I tell you to go to bed. Just go to bed.
Like, what is it?
Just go to bed.
Just go to bed. Is that what you're waiting for? I mean, I don't understand because you have no history in this, so you don't know for sure Dad's gonna say just go to bed. Right. So you're just out there on a limb of hoping that he come back in to say just go to bed. Like you have no track record.
It's like, is this work really good? Just literally sit and tell you to go to bed.
Bro, it's like, and I literally started with, if you need help, come ask me.
Yep.
And I don't know if that has scared them to death to where Daddy's always yelling, Daddy, I can't just ask you a simple question because you're going to run me down the hall. I don't know if that has happened. So I try to talk to him in a gentle voice. Mm-hmm. Hey, if you need help, we're going to run through this. And then after that, y'all can play and do what you want to do.
I try to incentivize them too. You can go do what you want to do. Yeah. Just get done.
Once you finish, you do what you want to do. You play what you want to do.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she sits there and cries. So I guess my example would be she either goes to sleep, and if she doesn't go to sleep, she would literally sit, like you say, they got desks in their room for their study station, and the desks in their room for their study station are at like a classroom environment.
Yeah.
I have to take it out because it's swamped with Barbie dolls and crayons. Like, this is supposed to be your area for school, at the school, and it's just
not
like
an activity center.
Yeah. They're doing their nails over here,
right?
They're coloring, they doing Barbie hair.
Now you're drawing on the desk, like,
and it's just,
God.
Yeah. It's frustrating, man.
So the guy,
I understand the guy because it is frustrating because you know the answer, and you just want them to be as motivated to learn the answer as you do. Like I envision my kids saying, I don't know the answer, but I'm gonna find out a way, or I'm gonna write this down and have a reason why. And I don't know if that's too advanced for a 7-8-year-old, but I just envision that every time I give my kid an instruction on, hey, we're going into the store. I don't have to say don't run across the street right into the store.
Right.
Look for cars. Mm-hmm. Like, I would hope they already know that, but nope. Right out the store, boom, right across the street.
Not even looking. My question to this guy would be, how much you love your girlfriend? Because this for me would already be like,
this is too much already.
I got to help raise it. If I take you on, if we take this relationship to another level, I got to help raise this kid, and I'm already stressed. Right, yeah. I'm already stressed I'm taking this kid for walks, like
an 8-year-old foster kid.
Right, like what? How much do you love? It
had to be her idea. She can't have kids. I'm assuming
something, but. How much?
But it sounds like you love. He do sound like you love. He want to take him out for walks. It sounds like he ain't got a job actually.
Yeah, because
I don't know a parent that says, "Oh, you're struggling. Let's go out for a walk. Let's talk about cartoons to calm down." That sounds like a guy that hasn't had a kid before and is really trying to make it work with the mom.
He's trying to impress this good right.
Yeah.
Like, I can parent. I can parent. Like, that's what it sounds like. Watch this. Watch how I parent. That's what it sounds like.
Anybody that's had kids from their loins,
right?
is not taking their kid out for a walk.
To the table.
But if you don't get back in there and sit down and do that homework, you ain't going for the walk and talk about cartoons.
Right.
I gotta go to work in the morning.
You trying to impress? That's why I was like, how much you love this girl, man? Cause
it comes down to that.
Like, cause this can't be for something that's not yours. This can't be for that effort. Sorry to put it that way, but
I'm so sorry.
But man,
that's the answer. That's the answer for the story of the day. How much do you love your girl? Because clearly you're not married to her because maybe they are married. But
he said it was his girlfriend, right?
Oh, girlfriend. I'm sorry. Yeah. So you're not married to her. So you're not really attached to either one of these kids.
You can walk
one
away.
Of these people.
You can walk
away. But the fact that you're going for walks and stuff is just what's your level of tolerance for this?
Really dedicating time to help this kid break through. And the whole I'm dumb or whatever he was saying, like
clearly this has some issues in the past that were here before you got here.
Yeah, like I'm trying to envision myself. My kid at homework.
Just envision yourself.
What are we doing? Like, where'd you get this from?
Deep breaths. Right. What's going on? This is my first child, not really my child, and you're. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm going to go. Is he okay? Like,
where did we get him from?
Where we get him from? Okay. Do you still got the receipt? Yeah, like because that right there would be. Is he doing this in school too? Like what?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's a good question. Like, what's his behavior in school? Like, have there already been conferences about He ain't seem to be getting it because I'm sure teachers are sending emails about his struggles if this is going on in school too.
Yeah, I can't really speak on white issues.
That definitely sounds white.
Because the way we solve it is we get a belt and we make them we put fear in their hearts to where they solve it for themselves.
And even when we do want to take the gentle parenting approach, no tablet, no TV.
Yeah.
Or
take away something they love and they'll figure it out.
Or if the kids are older, like my teenagers, for example, this chore is the chore y'all normally alternate on. This chore is yours for 2 weeks or whatever. Mm-hmm. Until you get your life together. Until you decide you want to get your life together, because
you're just gonna be dumb and doing more chores.
You're gonna be dumb and doing chores. It's your choice.
Your choice.
Your choice.
However long you want to do this, boy.
Yeah. Because I don't know if at 8 years old you threatening them with repeating the grade really mean anything to them. Like,
yeah, I don't think they
realize
what that means yet.
Yeah.
Hang in there, my buddy.
Hang in there, guy.
Hang in there, buddy.
Or
Tom. He sound like a Tom.
Tom.
He sound like a Tom.
Rick. You gotta put the cut there, Rick.
Hang in there, Rick.
Hang in there, Rick. Or hey,
Hey, one night, just get up in the middle of the night, pack your bags the night before, just get up and leave. Don't leave nothing. Just nobody knows where Rick went.
Just send the text. I don't think this is working for us.
I don't think this is gonna work anymore. Hey, just leave both of them there.
Leave them both there.
Your choice, my boy.
Your choice.
Well, moving on. I feel like we've helped another family.
Helped another family.
Parenting advice from two dads. That should get you where you're going, Rick.
All right, so let's move on to how much did I spend this week?
How much did I spend this week?
We discussed the absurd cost of raising these children that we love. For me, it's the end of the school year stuff. Mm-hmm. They have their class parties. Yes. Just a couple weeks ago, I think my kids had Teacher Appreciation Week.
Okay.
And so now, left up to me, I don't care about it. But
Yes, my oldest one was like, "Oh, my teacher." I said, "You know what is so much special than just buying her something? You write her a card and tell her how much you love her." That will hit even more than me buying $20 worth of this here.
So then it's not like Teacher Appreciation Day; it's Teacher Appreciation Week. So you gotta give them something every day. So coupled with that, and then my kindergartner just graduated from kindergarten on 2 days ago. Matter of fact. So the absurd amount of just kindergarten graduation, cake and balloons and a little toy or gift or whatever, getting family dinner after the ceremony, all this kind of stuff. Kindergarten graduations are so overrated to me. Like, I just don't understand the big hullabaloo people make about what I expect you to do. You're supposed to go to first grade. Like, I don't know why. Like, acknowledge it, sure, but this whole spectacle we've made it.
I am with you with that. Like, what are they gonna do?
Right.
They didn't pass crayon coloring or what? Like, we already knew they was going to.
Like, is this also like, yeah, you're a big kid now or something? Like, you graduating a big kid or something? I don't know
if this is to introduce them into the graduation world type thing. Yeah. But it is useless. My kids graduation.
Like, you're still in elementary school. Yeah. Like if it's one thing, like 5th grade graduation, you're going to middle school. 8th grade graduation, you're going to high school. I get when it's a transition to a new.
Are they really holding kids back? Say first, because
I don't think nowadays they really hold kids back. Now
first through 5, or K through 5.
Right?
Do they really fail you?
I know when we was growing up, they would fail kids. But I don't know if nowadays they really do.
I look at their report card like, okay, A's, B's, and C's. Okay, you're going to the next grade. Like, would they really fail?
Would they really fail?
I don't know.
2nd grade.
Because the way I be thinking, like, I think you can fail. Like, okay, I want straight A's. So I'm already hard on them anyway. So, but I never thought of you could fail this class type thing, really.
Like right. Like, so, and I don't
know.
I remember growing up, there were kids who failed. Like
K through 5?
K through 5. Like, I knew kids who failed, or you
got held.
You get held back. Like, so you go to the next grade and you see Scott still in the 3rd grade wing or whatever. Oh, Scott failed. But nowadays I don't think they fail kids like that no more. At least not in elementary school. Middle school, high school, that may be different. But yeah, kindergarten graduation. But I would get graduations for transitioning to a new set of school, like from 5th grade to 6th grade, 8th grade to 9th grade, and obviously when you graduate high school. But graduating kindergarten when you're still in elementary school, to me.
Yeah, it's more so like birthday parties. It's more so for the parents than anything else.
That's a good point.
It's more so for nothing for the kids. Why am I here?
Why?
I had to take 8 hours of PTO for you to do this here, and I could have been at work.
I could have been at work or on my couch. I mean,
right. I mean, it's just for the parents at that point.
That's a good point. It gotta be just for the parents to feel
accomplished.
My kid's smart or something.
I don't know. It's useless. Because I have to take off this week to come to the ceremony or award ceremony, what they call it now. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, I'm there.
Speaking of award ceremony, my oldest son, so I asked him, is there 8th grade? He's in 8th grade, right? So he'll be going to 9th grade. Is your school having an 8th grade graduation? Mm-hmm. He was like, yeah, but I don't know when it is. So next few days, I'm like, when you get to school, I need you to find out what this is, Right. So he tells me that they're not having a graduation. So I go on the school's website and see they have like an 8th grade award ceremony coming up. So I said, well, I saw online they're having an 8th grade award ceremony. Mm-hmm. So he was like, well, no, that's only for certain kids. Like, so I'm saying,
basically, don't waste your time.
So my mind goes to the truth. So you feel
So you're trying to tell me you're not going
to telling me you're not going to, because okay, I get maybe not having a full-blown graduate, but it online, it didn't specify it was invitation only. It just said 8th grade award ceremony. So So I got to find out what's going on with that because
I know mine this week has an 8th grade ceremony, but it's invitation only. I don't know.
So there are occasions where it is invitation only.
Well, I know the school that they go to is invitation only. You have to have a ticket to get in. I don't know if that's because.
Well, no, I don't mean inviting parents, but I mean
you're talking about like kids.
The kids themselves are like only. If you're not, it's only certain. We only got so many awards.
But I can see how it could be only certain kids come too as well.
They go to the ceremony, maybe.
If you only got invitation only, they only gonna give it to the kids to get to their parents.
Who's actually getting an award? He may be telling the truth. It just sounds weird to me. I don't know, because usually there's some kind of like. Thank you for showing up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, in this generation, everybody gets a participation award, so I would think like everybody's included. That's the only thing I fear with these award ceremonies, because my youngest, like the gentleman, probably is not the smartest in the room. So when you're giving out these awards,
they're gonna give an award.
Ashley getting 3 or 4 or 5 awards, and mine only getting a participation award. Obviously, she don't know that. Oh, I got an award. It's just as participation, but Ashley got 10 awards.
Like the perfect attendance award. Like
yeah.
You just showed up every day.
I mean, I'm for it. I mean, this new generation soft, so I mean, just give them an award. I mean, my hard parenting goes to, for lack of a better word, shits when you're just gonna give them an award anyway.
Yeah.
Because I'm at home saying blase this, and you're gonna fail, and you're not gonna do it, and this, and then they go to school and they getting A's and B's and C's, and I'm saying, oh, you're not doing everything you're supposed to do. Like, I feel like life is going to hit them harder with them just giving them awards every week. Because I'm giving them life at home. Like, bro, this and this and this and this.
You don't do this.
And then when they go to school, and Chloe still be bad, because I'll be telling, I threaten her like, hey, people that don't listen like you don't listen and do their own thing, you know where they end up at? They go to jail. You're going to jail.
Already having the jail talk.
We rolled past the jail. We rolled past the jail not too long ago. I said, hey, this is the jail. They only come outside for maybe an hour or 2 a day. The rest of the time, they locked in their room with no TV, no tablets, no nothing. Dude, is that where you want to go? Threaten her to the fullest with jail. Because I'm like, bro, you don't listen to nobody, no type of authority. I mean, she listened to us, her parents.
Right.
But hey, if we're not in the room, you feel like, hey, I can do whatever I want to do.
Off.
Like, bro, I really want to know, because it has to be a child in the room that's activating her. She just don't activate on her own. Well, that's a lie. She can't activate her own. I remember a time when when my oldest was asleep. So usually when one is asleep, you got kind of peace. You got a peace, because they can't activate each other. When Kennedy's up and she's up by herself, the oldest, it's like a breeze. She comes spend time with me. We watch movies, we watch TV shows, we talk, whatever. It's cool. When the youngest is asleep or the youngest is up and the oldest is asleep, it's like, bro, you are a wild person by yourself. I'm upstairs, she downstairs. All I hear is something breaking.
That's how Trey is,
and the door's wide open. It's like, yeah.
That's how Trey.
You're here to keep me humble.
Trey is the activator for everybody. He activates the oldest to the littlest one. He activates everybody, and even when they're not available, he's still hanging upside down on the sofa.
I can hold it down by myself.
Right, like taking a football and tossing it, and it done hit the ceiling and bouncing all over the wall and knock something down. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm just. Why would you do that in the house? I've told you 50 times. Don't throw no ball in the house.
That's my youngest, like, nigga.
But just to kind of get back on topic. but the money
we was talking about.
The money spent. Try to straighten this car out. The money spent on the graduation week or whatever for a kindergartner is like, this is ridiculous, bro. Like,
I'm with you there.
I think the point
I got to the point where I tried to say I won't be spending a lot of money for this segment. I won't be spending a lot of money no more, because we got the credit cards or the debit cards now. Hey, this is what you do to put money on your card. Mm-hmm. If you do your chores, if you get good grades, if you do this is what you're going to do to get money on your card. So I laid it all out, got it posted on their wall. Hey, you can get $5, you get $1, you get $2 if you do these things. Mm-hmm. So when we go out, go get you something to eat, go to Walmart, wherever we're going, this is your money. Right. So if you don't do the things you're supposed to do, you can't get the things that you want.
Right.
So hopefully that motivates them. And as of now, it has not, because I told them as simple as, hey, you be good in school, you don't get no report, you get $1 a day. Mm-hmm. $1 a day goes in your account if you be good. Clearly that went over her head, because my oldest gets $1 a day. She gets student of the week. I gave her $5 for that. Just little money that they think is like, oh my gosh, I'm rich now.
Life-changing money.
But my youngest, you can see the oldest grows every day. You know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She's up to $13, $14, and the youngest one's still at like $3.83. And it's like you would think it motivates her to do well, but I just really don't know what to do to motivate this girl to be good in school and get good grades.
I would.
But
say,
on the topic of money.
Right. Well, no, I would say I would like to say it gets better, but it don't, because I don't think money motivates a couple of my kids either.
It don't motivate an 8-year-old.
And I'm like, man, y'all just don't do nothing.
But I haven't spent anything on them really this week. I mean, if you want to count the mortgage and the water I spit on them, but I mean, that's another topic.
That's another topic, right? That's a whole other bill right there.
As far as toys, I feel like the toy segment, I think I've moved past that with, hey, you get your own money, you buy your own stuff. Now, you know, when Christmas comes, stuff like that.
Right.
But that's another time for another day. But other than that, the most I spent on them was $40. $40 this week. I gave them $20 a piece. So $40.
I almost spent $40 on top of graduate. $40 just at doggone McDonald's the other day.
Ooh,
it's crazy.
And I think that's the reason why I did that too.
Sandwiches out the house, man. Like it's ridiculous.
It's not a good time.
All right. Let's go on to Hot Takes. So this edition of Hot Takes, we've talked about it a few times throughout today's episode, just about discipline your children and the whole gentle parenting thing, and you know, the cultural divide at times between black parents and white parents or other people of color in general.
We're all the same color under the sun.
we're all precious in God's eyes.
That's where I got that from. Okay.
But, you know, my hot take is, as far as the discipline go, again, we mentioned a few times that spank your kids. I know it's not popular, you know, in today's more culturally sensitive times. But as I mentioned earlier in today's episode, I think my kids are trying to pull the 90s parent out of me, the older ones especially. And my wife and I have legit had conversations of, we think they're this way because we haven't popped them enough. Like, we have not shown them we crazy. And now they think that worst consequences, I won't have a TV. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they may not really even care about, like, I don't think TV watching is as much as today's childhood as it was in our childhood. You know, we watched a lot more TV, I think, anyway. But there's no fear of physicality. There's no respect for physicality.
I'm with you with that.
In the discipline phase.
Because
you know,
I've been toying with that as well. Because, like I said, I'm trying to find something for my youngest, and like you say, you take away the tablet, you take away the TV, and you take away so much to the point that you still getting in trouble. I don't whip them enough, I don't think. And I think fear, like you say, you whip them enough to where fear is a factor. It's just like you go down a dark alley. You scared to go down to a dark alley.
Right, I'm going to avoid going down a dark alley. Right, you know, and that's, I've said that to my, because, you know, she's she's higher minded than I am, and she's like, there got to be a disconnect somewhere, and maybe I need to have her seen or talk to somebody. And I'm like, no, we don't go upside her head. Any of them, we don't go upside their heads enough.
And
There's no I said the disconnect is our palm from the back of their head. That's what the disconnect is. There's no, and not saying it's a cure-all, but there were times when I was growing up that I would at least think twice about something because I knew my mom and dad was crazy. Like, I didn't want to come home and have to deal with that. So where, on top of whatever punishment I got as well, not being able to go outside or not being able to watch TV or whatever the case may be. So, but sometimes there's nothing wrong with a little healthy fear, you know.
I'm with you with that. I don't think like I said, whip my kids enough. I think because I don't be having the energy to whip them anyway.
That's some of it too.
I think I toy with the want to be their friend too much thing. I care about the whole I love my dad, all that type of stuff. I think I care too much about that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like me going upside their head multiple times a day or whenever I have to will push them away to the point where I don't get those lovey-doveys, hey, Dad, those gentle hugs, those kisses, and I love yous. But they don't, because they're not going to understand why I'm whipping them every day, but this is going to make you a better person. Hey, you need to do this right. This is why I'm doing this. So I think the generation I'm in, I got whipped when I got older. Mm-hmm. I think I'm like your wife. I'm more of the logical thinker. Well, if I take this away and they love this more, they're going to do this. But these kids these days, they don't care. They don't care about that. They don't care about it. You take the tablet away, you take the TV away, I'm still going to be bad in school. I just don't have my tablet and no TV. And it's like, I think I get to that point where, well, what is whipping going to do? Okay, so now I took the tablet and the TV and I'm whipping you. You're crying, you're doing this, you're doing that. And I'm not going to do it no more. I'm not going to do it no more. And you go to sleep and, hey, go to sleep. Don't talk to nobody. Just it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm making you go to sleep for the rest of the day. After I done whipped you, you wouldn't think the next day you get up, hey, and I remind you of what happened yesterday. You don't have no tablet, no TV, and you better not get in trouble again today or I'm going to whip you. And you still get in trouble. At that point, I think I'm at that point where I'm literally at the brick wall, banging my head against the wall. Like, what do I do at that point? Because whipping is not working.
Well, per my parents' feedback, you just keep whooping. My parents will legit say that. But my dad,
don't stop.
My dad, especially, they gonna get it one day. And now, see, for me,
I thought about the meme of the dude that was digging for gold. He was right there,
right, and then he turned around.
Back.
Right.
Okay, so you just keep whipping. Don't turn back. Don't turn back.
And see, for me as a dad, I'm going to tell your father to mean something. Mm-hmm. I want like a shudder. Like, I'm going to tell your father, don't tell my dad.
Yes.
Because when I was growing up, my dad, even though he worked a lot, like there was oftentimes he wasn't home, depending on the work schedule, whatever. But if our behavior went past our mom and reached our dad, oh, you knew you was in trouble. Mm-hmm. Like you when he got home at night, or whenever he got home, depending on the schedule he was working, you was pretending to be asleep by the time he got. Hopefully, if I'm asleep, he'll leave me alone. Like, he'll give me a pass. But my dad just had that presence. Like, you don't want this. Our mom, she'll fuss, she'll smack us, whatever. But that's mama though. But if it reached our dad, that was a whole different level of trouble. And I kind of want that. I kind of want I'm going to tell your father. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, no, like, so have that healthy fear.
Is it strictly on the dudes or the boys, or do you want that same fear in your the children?
All of the children.
I think because you have sons, mm-hmm. or you have a daughter as well, but you have more sons than daughters, and my situation is more daughters.
I can get you on that. Like,
Now I'm with you with the Trey and all them.
Yeah.
Whip they behind until they get it.
Right.
This is a man. Da da da.
I get you. Yeah.
As far as girls, I want to whip them, but I don't want to whip them every day.
Well, no, like I feel because with my daughter,
This is still. Let me tell you why I hate my kids.
Right.
I hate them.
In case you forgot. In case you thought you hit the wrong button. Did it change? No, but with my daughter, I leave a lot of it on my wife, honestly, because I'm like like now it has gotten to a point. I ain't gonna lie, it has gotten to a point where I'm about to just enter the chat.
I'm not opposed to whipping the women, the girls, but I don't think as frequently.
Yeah.
Not so much for marks or bruises and that.
Right. We ain't talking right.
But it's just. It's still my baby. It's still my baby. It's not, like you said, if your sons, I feel like I can whip them all day and not have no type of feeling, no type of emotion. You go get this whipping. But with my girls, I'm a little more lenient.
I feel you on that.
Than that, yeah.
Because with her, I haven't been. She's 13, almost 14. I've been way more hands off on her. Like I said,
Have you whipped her before?
Years ago. It's been like I popped. It wasn't even like a whooping. It was like I pinched her one good time. But for the most part, I let her mom handle her. Like, but you know, again, she in that teenage phase now where it's like, okay, maybe I need to re-enter the chat because.
Have you whipped your teenagers?
My oldest son, Adonis,
has he got a whip? When the last time?
It wasn't even a whooping. It was a fight. Like I punched. Like he was getting a little mouthy, and,
the mouthy.
His chest got lit up. Like so.
Okay.
So I'm definitely more. I'm definitely more.
I had my kids. We don't support child abuse. Disclaimer. We did not support fighting the kids. Disclaimer.
But I will say. With the boys, though, that is a shorter bridge to get there with the boys than it is. Like, it's a hop, but with Journey, it's like I'm gonna just tell your mama to handle it, because you know, I'll fuss or whatever, or I'll have a stern talking to.
Yes.
But as far as like, have you lost your mind type stuff, I do leave that to her mom.
And I think that's what my youngest is getting to, because my oldest, you say something and it feel like she look like a deer in the headlights. Like, Daddy said don't do this, I'm not doing this. But my youngest one, she pushes to the limit, and she's getting at 7 that mouthy walk off, stumping,
the type stuff
thing where you like
smacking your teeth, like
hold up a little bit.
You ain't gonna have no teeth.
Right.
90s parent trying to pull the 90s parent out.
It looks
you ain't
like
gonna have no teeth. Right.
So when she does that type of thing, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to whip your behind. Yes, I'm ready. When the disrespect comes, I'm ready to whip your behind. I have no regard or no hold back on. No, I ain't gonna whip it. But it's just the constant misbehaving in class. Cause I think because I don't know how severe the thing is in class.
Yeah.
Like if she's talking back to the teacher over and over again, cussing her out.
If you've been disrespectful, yes. But if it's just like I said, we mentioned earlier, if you just nitpicking,
I don't know. I'm not in the class with her, so I don't know.
You know, a funny story with that. You talk about the talking back and disrespect. When my daughter's about 12, about to be 13. You know that teenage ain't starting to kick in. I did hem her up one good time. Like we in the kitchen, and my wife was saying something to her, and her face balled up. She like, look, who you talking to? Like, don't you ever let me catch you disrespecting your mama or me or any adult. So I did hem her up one good time.
That seems like a one and done type.
Yeah,
thing.
That was a one and done type thing.
Yeah,
like
I think you only need that once in your lifetime.
And that was just more so, and it had a purpose. That was to show like that crazy side, like you know. But not too much more than with her. Not too much more than that. Like I said, I leave her mom to do most of the disciplinary stuff. Until they reach a certain point where, okay, it just seems like you're not effective, so I'm gonna just step in on this part here, you know. So, but again, I do want that, you know. I'm going to
balance of fear.
Tell your dad to mean something.
Yeah.
You know, to be like, no, you know.
Okay. I'm learning something on the pod as well. I think I do need to whip them a little bit more than I do. Yeah. So Chloe, you got some more whippings.
You got some more coming, baby.
You got more than you want.
And as far as the boys are concerned, I don't hesitate with them. They gonna get it. Like I said, with the aftercare stuff, you know, because he with Trey anyway, Torrance, I ain't gotta worry about Torrance. And Adonis, my oldest, he's so laid back or whatever. Most times he a good kid. It's Trey that's already the more expressive one. He, like I say, he fighting and stuff. Now some of it him defending himself. Other times he defended himself a little too soon. Like it didn't warrant you hitting them.
Right.
They was bothering you, yeah, but it didn't warrant you hitting them. But so finding that balance with him, you know, but it's still not enough in my eyes. It's still not enough because, you know, you're not thinking about the after effects enough to curb some of this stuff.
Right.
You know. That's the hot take.
I'm with you.
So,
but that's pretty much the wrap up of this episode of Let Me Tell You Why I Hate My Kids. This was episode 15.
15.
Plenty more to come.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with us. Yes. Remember to stay active in the groups on Facebook. You can DM us on Facebook and Instagram. If you're not in the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. Let Me Tell You I Hate My Kids podcast on Facebook. And enjoying the fun. Share your stories. Introduce yourself. There's I forget the exact number of members in the group, but it's a good amount of members, real people, not paid bots. You got to specify that. But there's awesome engagement in the group. Share your stories, introduce yourself. It's a safe space. And again, it reminds you that you're not crazy.
Your kids are.
Y'all have a good night.
Daddy, where's Mommy?